League goals this season, Hearts were next in their sights. The Tynecastle men had their own plans. They were out to upset the champions, while Motherwell still hope to edge Hearts out in the race for a UEFA Cup spot. The penultimate weekend of the SPL season, and apart from the regular jostling for positions, the only issue still to be decided is who'll finish third. Two of today's games had a bearing on that, and we'll have them both for you over the next 3/4 of an hour. Coming up later, the action from Tannadice. First, the encounter at Ibrox, a game which entertains Gordon Smith and 49,000 others. Rangers went into it with the championship long since tied up, but they were still chasing records and aiming to keep up their momentum ahead of the Tennent's Scottish Cup final. Hearts had only one thing on their minds, that UEFA Cup place for next season. Ibrox, hardly a happy hunting ground for Jim Jeffries' men. In fact, Rangers were chasing a 5th League and Cup win of the season over them, a run Hearts hoped to reverse. Commentary from Rob McLean.
The shortage of Rangers defenders was helped last weekend by the return of long-term absentee Sergio Perini. This weekend, Arthur Newman is available again. There's no Tero Pentila. Robert Malcolm's on the bench. Jonathan Johansson starts for the first time this year. Top choice players missing from the Rangers lineup include Moore, Amariso, Ferguson, Van Bronckhorst and Wallace. Gordon Jury's on the bench, ready to bid his Ibrox farewell. George Albert has to hand the skipper's armband to vice-captain Newman, having led the team at Kilmarnock last Sunday. He's 1 goal away from an amazing 20 for the season. 20 is Andy Kirk's age. He made his full international debut for Northern Ireland a couple of weeks ago and now makes his first start in the Hearts top team. His inclusion in place of the rested Darren Jackson is one of 3 Hearts changes. Steve Fulton joins Jackson on the bench. Gary McSwagan suspended. Scotland midfielder Colin Cameron is recalled, so is Grant Murray. Murray's in at right back, and the adaptable Flugel shifts to the left side of midfield. And it's a young strike force. Kirk and Gary Wales are just 41 between them. The referee for Rangers against Hearts is Kenny Clark. Rangers kick off. Don't tell them there's nothing to play for. They're on 95 Scottish Premier League goals, just 5 away from an amazing century, and that from the 34 games played so far. 25 matches unbeaten. They've won the last 8 on the trot, and they don't want another blemish on their domestic record, having suffered only 1 league defeat all season. Long ball from Alberts. It was heading for Konchauskas before Gary Naismith let Hyde head the ball out. Shirt sleeves day on the touchline for Jim Jeffries. Back from Flugel to Meikle. And a heavy challenge from Sergio Perini. Into the back of Gary Wales. Free kick given. Wales on good form with 3 goals in his last 4 games. In from Flugel. Off his line came Stefan Klos to try to grab it. And it was Andy Kirk who got in ahead of him but couldn't divert the ball towards goal. Flugel has been playing at right back recently for Hearts, but a utility player. Long ball from Petric to Wales. Into the tackle went Arthur Newman. Free kick given. For the foul on Wales. Looks to be in a bit of bother, Gary Wales. On comes the stretcher for Gary Wales. His match is surely over. And it looks as if his ankle was caught in the tackle by Newman. Sympathetic applause from the Hearts supporters. It's a sad sight to see Gary Wales being stretchered off He's looked such a promising player this season, just 21, and let's hope that that ankle injury is not too serious. Wales off, Jackson on. Early concerns for Messrs Jeffries and Brown with just 5 minutes gone. Here comes Thomas Flögel against Claudio Reyna. Back onto the right foot, headed firmly away by Vidmar. Lee Makel looking around himself for options. It's a good run from Makel. Finally ended by Perini. Kanchelskis with the pass, which opens play out. Albert surging through the middle. Colin Cameron's with him, but still it's Alberts. Tried the little chip shot. Saw Antiniemi come out to his 6-yard box, and rather than the hammer variety, which we're well used to seeing, he attempted a deft little chip, but got too much on it, and over the top it went. Two guys pass. The Turk still to fully convince the Rangers supporters of his full worth. Kanchelskis away from Naismith. Good run. Chance to create something here, but Presley got the better of Johansson as the cutback flew towards him from Kanchelskis. Good play down the line, getting on the outside of Naismith, and he then had time to pick his spot. Reyna linking play together. Kanchelskis flicked that away from Naismith. Naismith got a touch. Kanchelskis to Johansson. Billy Dodds! Suddenly Rangers are ahead. 21 minutes gone. And Billy Dodds, 14th goal for Rangers, his 24th goal of the season. And it's SPL goal number 96 for Rangers this season. It all happened so quickly. The little flick from Kanchelskis, played in by Jonathan Johansson. Billy Dodds wasn't picked up by Hearts, and that is a big mistake for any defence. Billy Dodds is sure to punish you. 1-0. Reyna, two guy now, Alberts. To the feet of Arthur Newman. Now McCann. Onside, Jonathan Johansson. So close to number 2 for Andrei Kanchelskis. Unselfish play from Jonathan Johansson, who evaded the Hearts' offside trap. And if he'd given that little bit less on the cutback, it surely had to be 2-0. Dick Advocat throwing down a challenge to the Rangers players to claim a place in the Tennent Scottish Cup final, which is now just 2 weeks away. Yemi's kick, Reyna's header away. Won by Alberts. And again, good cutout from Presley, but the danger's not over for Hearts. Brilliant save by Antiniemi to deny his former teammate Jonathan Johansson. Good quick reflexes which keep the lead at 1-0. Well struck by Johansson, set up by McCann. That was good goalkeeping. Johansson beaten by Presley. Still Stephen Presley. Claudio Reyna's header. Robert Tomaszek, Darren Jackson, Colin Cameron, Andy Kirk's header on target, but not with the power which was going to trouble Stefan Klos. Kirk scored all 4 goals for Hearts under-21s on Wednesday against Hibs in their 4-1 win, so he's on form. Good run by Arthur Newman, chested down, flicked that one in, intended for Billy Dodds. Tremendous thinking from Arthur Newman, and he was unlucky here after his run into the box. Just flicked that one up, hoping Dodds was going to be there. Corner kick, and George Albert's with it. It's Tugai. Wonderful volley and superb save. Terrific technique from both Tugai and from Antiniemi. This was superbly struck, and strong hands from the keeper to make a memorable save. He's been a great signing for Hearts as Antiniemi from Rangers, and he's proved it already in this first half with 2 5-star stops. The Albert's cross, Johansson's header, and Niemi does it again. If he's out to impress the supporters he used to play in front of regularly, then he's succeeding. Good play from Jonathan Johansson, held off Petric and then set up Kanchelskis to the byline. In went Billy Dodds, it breaks for Johansson, and he tags it wide. Well, there have certainly been chances for Rangers, and Johansson in particular, to add to the opening goal. Here was another one. Given away by Tugai. Murray to Meikle. Jackson. Headed away by Vidmar. Onto it is Cameron. Tomaszek on the left foot. What a good try from the Slovak. And what a good save by Stefan Klos. Hasn't had much to do at all in this match, but that was fizzing towards his left-hand post, and a good solid stop. And Naismith, Andy Kirk. Flugel's pass cut out by Tugai. That's for Kanchelskis, who's onside. Looking for options for the cutback, and it's taken away by Grant Murray. Billy Dodds made a late one. I was screaming for the ball to be pulled back to the penalty spot. He had bags of time here, Kanchelskis, but he would feel he didn't maybe have too many options. Gary Naismith. Calmly headed down by Tony Vidmar for Sergio Porrini. Tugai recovered just in the nick of time there. Good pass. Albert stumbled. Here he is again. That's through for McCann. A darting run, and Jonathan Johansson's header just wide. That little injection of pace which enables Rangers to move up a gear. McCann with the spurt to the byline, and the glancing header from Jonathan Johansson wide of target. That's the last action of the first half. Just one goal for Rangers. It could have been several more. The goal from Billy Dodds separates the sides. Thereafter, it was the Antti Niemi show with a string of superb saves. This is the only goal then so far. Nice touch from Kanchelskis and played in by Jonathan Johansson, and a blistering finish from Billy Dodds. If you give him half a yard in these sort of situations, he'll always take the chance. That is 24th goal of the season for both Dundee United and Rangers. Then it was over to Antti Niemi, first tipping away that effort from Jonathan Johansson. The next was from a volley from Tugay, fiercely struck, and very quickly across was the former Rangers keeper. Tugay couldn't quite believe it, and there was one more in the Antti Niemi collection to come, and again razor sharp there to touch the Johansson header over the crossbar. 1-0, Rangers lead at half-time.
Hearts get the match restarted. They've lost all 4 matches so far against Rangers this season. Don't want to make it 5 out of 5. Despite all the thrills and spills in front of Antti Niemi in the first half, they are still only 1 goal down and looking for the point, which would ensure the fact that they claim a UEFA Cup place for next season. McCann against Murray. Craig Brown, the Scotland manager, with a friendly against the Republic to look forward to in 2.5 weeks' time. Off Jackson to Flugel, heading for Cameron. It might drop for Kirk, but in the end it was grabbed by Stefan Klos. Hearts thought they might just get a little chance here off the top of Reina's head, but it ricocheted off Kirk to Klos. Billy Dodds liable to pop up all over the pitch. Neil McCann's cross beyond Jonathan Johansson, rescued by Kanchelskis. Headed away by Murray. Neat turn from Dodds. On the left foot, sliced wide. Good interchange between Dodds and Johansson. That was Tugay's pass. Not one of his better efforts. Played in by Makel. And a big disappointment that for Hearts. All the way through to Klos without a touch. Left by Vidmar. That was a mistake. Here's Wonjo. The shot trickled wide. The chance coming too early for the substitute. It barely touched the ball. That was a mistake by Vidmar, which went unpunished. Neil McCann fancies a counter-attack. Tomaszek goes with them. Oh, it's lovely from McCann. Superb balance and footwork. Now Johansson. And Alberts. It would have been some goal if Alberts had applied the finishing touch. After a super quick breakout from defence by McCann. That was him streaking across the halfway line. And it was a lovely bit of skill which took him away from Tomaszek. Then Johansson, then Alberts, then over the top. An emotional moment coming up for Gordon Durie. His last appearance as a Rangers player at Ibrox after 7 seasons here. But he's been a bit-part player in the last couple of years. But he has some marvellous memories to take away with him of his days as a Rangers player. Newman to Kanchelskis. Billy Dodds. Kanchelskis again. Just wide. Unselfish play from Dodds. It looked as if he might well try to fire home a second goal, but set up Kanchelskis instead. He stumbled as he struck it with Kanchelskis and went wide. Albert's on the move, deflected to Jury. Now it's Dodds, saved by Niemi. A good one-handed stop. Grant Murray completed the clearance for Hearts. He's had a very impressive match, is Niemi. This was well struck across him by Dodds, stretched out to make the save. Jackson's flick. Back went Newman. Trying to knock that back to Kloss. Mistake by Vidmar. Cameron. Chested down very coolly by Perini for Kloss. Saved his team there. They looked in trouble at the back after a couple of mistakes. First Newman, then Vidmar, and now Alberts races to the other end. Back for Rosenthal, a chance to make the point safe, which he fails to accept. Well set up here by Alberts. Delicately lofted in. It was sitting up nicely for the right foot volley, and Rosenthal disappointed. Vidmar's header, Jackson on the end of it. Well played by Hughes. The youngster will enjoy that. Wants it again from Dodds, and gets it. It's a Rangers throw. It could be that Hearts will still need a point next week, next Sunday in the Edinburgh Derby at Tynecastle, to make sure of their European place for next season. Spectacularly kept in by Petric. Back from Nakel to Cameron. Too high with the shot. Colin Cameron. Vidmar injured as Petric hooked the ball back in. And then it was Colin Cameron, unable to hit the target. Fulton finds Juanjo. Less than 2 minutes left. Juanjo again with a chance for an equaliser. But he stumbled at the key moment. And Stefan Kloss made the save. A chance for Juanjo. Played the ball in, got it back after Jackson was fouled, but it just wouldn't come down, couldn't get control of it, and the chance was gone. Hughes to Rosenthal. Gordon Jury's header. Just wide. I think most people inside Ibrox would like to see a goal for Jury. Tugai to Alberts. A minute of stoppage time added. A minute left. Seb Rosenthal. Alberts. That was a sitter. A real chance to hit 20 goals for the season for Alberts. Laid back to him by Rosenthal. And that's the full-time whistle. Another 3 points for Rangers in their second last match of the season. A narrow winning margin by their standards. Billy Dodds with the only goal. And Rangers 4 goals short of an SPL century for the season, and that man takes a lot of the credit. The last match of the season at